Mayor Lewis, Chairwoman Black, Alderperson Catelmo, President Tavares, and the Senator will be out here momentarily. While the Senator is getting out here, I want to thank everyone for coming out here today. It's a beautiful day. It's not raining, so give it up for that. This is a very exciting moment. We all know that I live in Ithaca, or at least the majority of you know that I live in Ithaca, and it is my home, and I'm very passionate that we were able to open an office here. I'm loud on my own. But I want to first introduce Assemblymember Kellis, who has graciously and wonderfully taken the time. Give it up for this woman, right? Like Thursday and all coming out and celebrating this moment. So big ups.
Stacy's one of my favorite humans in the whole world, so give it up for Stacy, Chief of Staff, for Leah.
First day out post-surgery, but I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate than to celebrate actually our senator opening her own satellite office here in the district, making sure she has full representation, that we have a place that we can come and meet with you, that everybody has a place they can come and complain, we have a place where we can have therapy, we have a breeze, sometimes we just need a place where we can let it all out. And really, honestly, that's what our offices are about. They're supposed to be a safe place. They are supposed to be a place where someone can come and bring concerns, they can come and bring hopes, they can come bring ideas. If they need to complain because that's actually the mental health that they need, that's okay too, because that's literally what we're here for. That's what being a public servant is. That's honestly what I have learned about this senator, who is absolutely everywhere, more than I could possibly imagine. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. We are truly represented because that is what it means. It does mean showing up. It does mean being here. There is something about being the legislator that you're here to hear from your constituents directly. It's really different than having it go through 3 or 4 people and you live in a different part of the state. You represent, but you're not here, physically here. It makes a world of difference when you have a physical presence. It makes a difference to the people, but it makes a difference to our hearts. There is a feeling of coming home. There's a feeling of ownership that changes somehow. So having her here in downtown Ithaca, having the satellite, having her staff here, having them understand the heart, blood, and soul of what we have, what we do, what we struggle with. I'm gonna get you the I Love Potholes t-shirt. Ithaca is potholes, because that's one of our famous things that we like to laugh about. We do have a lot of foot traffic, and it kind of does the job. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for caring about us. As much as we care about you, you care about us, and it's a really beautiful mutual relationship. It means the world to me. I'll be, a block away with my new office, so we'll be celebrating that in a month, and I'm gonna pass it on. But you guys, thank you everyone for being here. This is really beautiful. So.
Alrighty, next up is our wonderful City of Ithaca Mayor, Mayor Lewis.
Stacy, thanks so much. And it is great to see so many people out here celebrating the opening of Senator Webb's office. She is from our community, from our district, from nearby, and I tell you, there are times I think she's from my neighborhood because I see her at events everywhere. And she has had a remarkable start to her role as our senator. She has had incredible accomplishments already, too many to go through the list, but I do have a list. And I want to not read the list, but identify some of the highlights that mean a great deal to residents of our 52nd district, mean a great deal to the residents in particular of Tompkins County. And Webb serves as the chair of the Senate's Committee on Women's Issues. This I find truly, truly remarkable. So in her first year in office, she has not been in office that long, so her record of accomplishments thus far is really remarkable. First session. First session. How's that? Her accomplishments in just her first session, which is not a complete year yet, 6 months, 8 months, and in this brief time, she has been hard at work for our district, for our community. She has introduced 54 bills. That may be really setting a record. 32 of those 54 bills passed through the Senate, and 23 of which have passed through both houses. Clearly, this is someone who is talented, knows what she's doing, knows how to partner with her colleagues, and it is great to have Anna and Lea partnering together. Can you imagine a more dynamic duo?
We're in
So I am thrilled and delighted that you are opening an office in Ithaca. I will also stop by regularly to say hello to your staff, to thank you. I will not be one of those stopping by to complain. But rather, I will stop by regularly to express my gratitude and my thanks for all the work that you have been doing and will continue to do in serving our community. So thank you and welcome to the city of Ithaca.
Thank you, Mayor Lewis. Next up, Chairwoman Shauna Black.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It is such an awesome day. I'm really thankful that the rain is not appearing today, or at least right now. And what an exciting moment for me to personally have a state senator within a block and a half of the legislature and our assemblywoman down the street. So like this is it's like a dream come true. But I also want to talk about something incredible, and that's the personal relationship that the legislature has with the senator and the assemblywoman's office. At any point, if there's an issue, if there's a question, within minutes, we're in contact with these two offices. And that is something that my colleagues throughout the state don't have. We're very, very privileged to have that here in Tompkins County, and I want to thank you both. It's something that I really treasure. As far as appreciating, I will say I've been in office for about 5.5 years now, and I did receive my first thank you email. So 5.5 years later, yours will come. Yours will come. So, you know, again, we're just so lucky and privileged to have you in our community and in our neighborhood. So thank you, Senator Webb. Thank you, Assemblywoman Anna Kellis. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Up next, Alderperson Robert Catalmo.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you for having me here today to celebrate the grand opening of your Ithaca office. We're very excited to be here. Really grateful for everyone for their show of support as well. I believe, actually, and I might be stretching the truth a little bit here, but I believe this might be the first New York State Senator to have an office in Ithaca in my lifetime. So we really appreciate your commitment to this part of the district, to making sure that the concerns and the complaints, when necessary, are heard, right?
We don't shy away.
Yeah, right. You know, I really want to welcome not just the senator, but her dedicated staff to our downtown. We really appreciate the work that they are able to help advocate for us in Albany. I know the mayor did a great job of highlighting some of the senator's accomplishments. I want to just underscore some of those as well in the hard-fought successes that we've had in growing the economic opportunity for Ithacans, for Tompkins County, and for the district. Your commitment to combating climate change, both of you across the state, thank you. And your investment in helping sustain our local cultural institutions, which is also incredibly important. The city appreciates the senator as a partner, and we look forward to continuing to work together to improve the lives of those who live, work, and play in Ithaca. Thank you very much.
You might inquire if I know a senator ever had an office in Ithaca. It's an issue, something to think about.
We got one.
Yeah, right.
Alrighty, next up, I just want to call you president. Tompkins County Chamber of Commerce President, Jennifer Tavares.
Thanks, Stacey. Well, lots has been said already, so I won't repeat it all, but Senator, thank you for what I have witnessed is a really strong commitment to this community from the day that you took office. I have seen you here a lot. I've seen your face in the paper so much. I'm not always at all the same events as you, but I'm so grateful that you really are here, and that's what our community needs. Obviously, it is the first time we've had someone with this type of dedication and presence in our community. And again, I've worked with many of your staff members for years at this point. You really do have a rock star team. And all those other local issues that were already mentioned are really important to this community, and I'll add to that business issues and economic development issues, workforce development, housing. These are all things that we all know we have a lot of work to do on together. I'm so grateful that you take women's issues so seriously. Just personally, I'm also grateful for that. I also happen to be on the board of the State Theater, so I'm not here in that capacity today with that hat on, but I just wanted to say the theater is extremely grateful, and I know their colleagues around the state are as well, for the work that you two have put in. Ithaca car share and some of those other big issues that you are really, you might not win every single fight, but the fact that you're really there fighting for this community and our unique needs. Let's just face it, everyone else doesn't have Ithaca car share. Everyone else doesn't understand why that's so important to this community, but you do. So thank you again, and I just look forward to many more years of collaborating and working together, and thanks again for being on Main Street, downtown Ithaca, in our commercial district. It really means a lot. So thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Now, the person of the hour, Senator Webb, is going to say a few words.
Well, this has been a long time coming. I want to thank everyone for taking time out of your very busy schedules to be here today for this wonderful occasion. As we know, Ithaca is gorgeous. And it is also innovative, and it is breaking records. It is a place here, and not just the city of Ithaca, Tompkins County really is a leader in many ways, whether it's in education, technology. And so one of the things I get to brag about, not only in the Senate, but when I talk to folks, is that not only is Ithaca gorgeous and Tompkins County is innovative, but the people is what makes it what it is. And so I want to clarify for the record that this is not my office, this is the community's office. I wanted to clarify that this is our community's office. One of the things that was very important to me in serving in this role is that, to the point that some of our speakers have already made, having a physical presence, it speaks volumes, whether it's in terms of having staff, having the opportunity to engage with community partners where you can see in real time the hopefully positive and equitable impacts of the policies and practices that you engage in as a legislator. And as the wind is giving me a little Beyonce action right now, it is so important. And so in this moment, there's so many people to thank, but I must start off by thanking our Senate Majority Leader, Andrea Stewart-Cousins. She has, her and her team, we have regular conversations, and truthfully, this was one of our first conversations that we had, and it's because of her understanding and commitment to all of us in the Senate, but especially for those of us who are new, and she understands that you have to have a presence in your community. And so this was one of the first of many things that I met with her about, and she has been, her and her team have been super helpful in making today possible. So again, I want to thank our majority leader and president, Senator Andrea Stewart Cousins, for this. I also want to thank all the speakers for everything that you do every day to make not only Ithaca, but Tompkins County a beautiful and wonderful place to live, to grow, to thrive. Most certainly, one of the things I talk about a lot as a state legislator is that you have to have local partners that you work with. And so I appreciate the continued partnership and collaboration that we have, not only as elected officials, but also as leaders, whether it's in economic development, and I'm looking at some of our financial institutions that are here as well. Also, all of our advocates that are here, educators, organizers. Again, everyone plays an important role in making our communities better. And so I want to celebrate this joyous occasion by lifting all of you up as well. So thank you. And so I've only been in office now for 8 months. You know, it feels a little longer. But we have been very busy doing the people's work. And so one of the things that I want to say in this historic and momentous occasion is that I'm thinking about words of one of my mentors, who's also a soror of mine, who often remarks that we have to keep going, right? What does that look like? And it's an emphasis on we, not one in particular individual. And so that's why I'm so excited that we have an office here in this beautiful community. And so again, I want to thank you. I also would be remiss, and I would also get in trouble if I didn't thank my staff. So I'm going to shout them out individually because I'm trying to earn some brownie points. So I want to thank Stacy Demas, who's my chief of staff. I also want to thank Miles Burnett, who's my deputy chief of staff. I also want to thank Corinne Kirk. Corinne, I think she's probably inside getting things together. She's my director of community outreach. I also want to thank Jen Lyons. Jen is somewhere over here taking pictures. She's one of the supports that we get as senators, is that we also have a great relationship with our intergovernmental affairs office, and Jen has been truly a great asset to our team, and so thank you so much, Jen. I also want to thank my constituent services team. We got a few folks, y'all. I want to thank Lauren Couch, who's here. Lauren, who you often see me at things, who's there. I also want to thank Joshua Boyce, who's one of our constituent liaisons. Also, Whitney Hargett, who wasn't able to be here, but again, she's also one of our constituent liaisons. I also want to thank William Scott. He is our communications associate, our scheduler, so those meetings that you try to get scheduled, William helps with that. I also want to thank all of our interns that we have in the office. We're still looking for more. So I want to thank all of our interns. So please, if you know someone that may be interested in getting an opportunity to work with I'd say a pretty cool office, not just saying it because it's me, please send them our way. So just in terms of just kind of rounding this out a little bit, because I want to make sure we get inside and see the space. One of the many things I'm thinking about in this moment, and I'm appreciative of the great weather, is that it is so important to not only have a presence, and that means not only, receiving complaints, but it's really a public-oriented, centered approach that we have to take to government. So that involves listening and always being proactive and not always being reactive to not only the challenges, but really creating a space. We serve as public servants as a conduit in our communities for change, for equitable change. And so that is the way in which not only I govern, that is also how we conduct business as a team. We not only want to be accessible, but we want you to have a positive experience. There's so many stories that I imagine we could share that you all may have experienced, where constituents, when they interact with government, it's not always positive. It's often adversarial. And so that is something that we are working to change. Now, that doesn't mean we won't have disagreements, right? However, we will always listen and have dialogue and figure out how can we best serve our community together. So again, I want to thank you all so much, and I also would be remiss in this moment if I didn't lift up two things, because you know I was going to have a call to action. Y'all know I'm an organizer, so that was going to happen. So we are actively doing two things, two of many things, but one, we know school is here. Yes, I see some folks are like, oh my gosh, we're still working. Yes, so we're doing a little twist on a typical back to school supply drive. We are actually doing a teacher supply drive. And so we know that our teachers are often having to supplement supplies for our students and their families because of economic hardship. And so we decided to take a little twist on a typical school supply drive and try to collect supplies for teachers to give to their students throughout the year. And so our new office here is one of the drop-off locations. So we are accepting pens, paper, highlighters, markers, glue. We have a whole breakdown with flyers. So please make sure you bring supplies here. And we are collecting supplies between now and August 30th. So I wanted to lift that up. And of course, as the cars are going by, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Ithaca Car Share. So we are still, and by we I mean myself, Assemblymember Kellis, all of the advocates, our teams in the state legislature, we are advocating for the governor to sign into law this important piece of legislation that not only helps to address issues around transportation access, but it also helps with continuing our forward movement around the ever-growing challenges we have around climate change. And it also is a source of economic development for jobs for folks here in our community, and it serves over 1,800 folks here in the city of Ithaca alone. So we are continuing to ask folks to send emails, call the governor, to share your support for that important piece of legislation. So again, we're hoping that she'll sign it this week, hopefully before September 1st. We're pushing for it. And, again, we just want to make sure that that legislation, among many others, but that's a top priority among the many things that we're doing. So with that, I am going to say thank you all so much for coming. And we are going to do the official ribbon cutting. I've actually never done my own ribbon cutting on my own office, so this is very exciting. So, our office. So, oh, we got the official big scissors, okay.
Everybody get closer together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it looks that way.
They really were.
Oh, I believe you.
They look lethal.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna look up and count to 3 and smile for all the cameras, and then we're gonna cut it, okay? All right, ready? So everyone look up and smile.
Is it tight? Is the ribbon tight?
Sorry. 1,